Hello everyone, Jill here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another YouTube hop with a cherry on top and our design team. Our theme for this month is nature, which is a theme I really love. I return to kind of nature layouts a few times a year as I document my life in my scrapbook journal. So I'm using a traveler's notebook, as most of you know, and I did one for spring, so we can look at that first. And I call it just field notes. And I'm going to kind of model this one on this project, but it'll be really different because it's midsummer. This is spring. So I wrote a little bit about spring green, spring flowers, and it's really kind of fun to look at these and to think how different the natural world is right now. And so I have some pictures to represent midsummer and some journaling. So let's talk about that and let's move into it. It'll be like roughly a grid layout like this, which I think is really handy for my scrapbook journal for this TN format. But as I said, I think it's going to look really different because this is what summer is looking like. I took this picture of cattails, and Tim and I both really love them. And then I found this scrap of Vicky Boot. I think this is Vicky Booten paper. It's a little random, but it's so nice because it's so fern in full greenery kind of midsummer look. So I knew I wanted to do this. I also am working with, and I think I have it here, this Arden Creative collection called, it's a Ledger's Essentials, so I don't know if that's what it's called, but at any rate, it's the one with florals and butterflies and so forth against ledgers. And again, I thought this was like really great for midsummer. It also has some little tags in the back, some little punch out embellishments that I'm going to use. And this is the clear stamp set from Arden that I used for the field notes. I just used this and then a sentiment. This is a really great versatile set that I use a lot. And I did the same thing I did last time. And again, on just a square piece of paper. This time, though, I stamped a fox. I don't have the ink here, but it's terracotta from Catherine Pooler, and that made a really nice red outline for the fox, nice and thick. I love the way the stamping turned out. And that's from a set of stamps from Dina Wakley, which I can grab. It's not brand new, and some of you might be familiar with it. This one, I love these little creatures, use them a lot. So anyway, that's what I did for my imagery. Last time I used the kind of citron green leaves. This time, since we're in this really rich green and all sorts of other summer colors, I thought the fox would be kind of a cool thing to do. I did my typing about the photos. You'll see the other photos in a minute. I used another Arden stamp set, which I might not have right here, for this, like, these are the best times. It's a little messy text stamp, and I stamped that in another Catherine Pooler pink around the edges. I think it's pink champagne, which is one of the kind of dusty pinks in her collection of ink. Okay, so that's going to be one side. On this side, I have these little tags. And I'm going to put something on this one, and I'm trying to decide which orientation, like, might be better to put this one on this side, but since I'm going to put a little green leaf here, I don't know, I kind of like this, but we'll see how I arrange those. Oh, and then I had a third tag. This one is also from that Ledger Nature set, and I thought I might just put that kind of over the cattails like that. It's nice because these sort of vintage grayish colors pick up on the colors of my vintage typewriter typing for the journaling and the gray ink I used for the label stamp and so forth. So I kind of like it, but I don't know. I don't know if I want it. I think maybe I want it kind of low down to not obscure too much of this photo. I really love this photo. So we'll do that. And I think we'll have, I'm okay in this notebook if things go just a tiny bit over the edges. So I think we're going to go ahead and adhere those. But just the other quadrant, let me just quickly show you, will be these flowers, these summer flowers. As I write about in the journaling, the falling stars blooms. I'd not seen that flower before, and I've seen it a couple places this summer. And then daisies, of course, classic summer blooming flower, and they're everywhere right now. So so that's a story I have to tell about nature, and the photos to capture it and kind of capture also the vibe or the mood of summer, which is fun to see how different it is from spring. Okay, and so what I want to do besides adhere this is, let me dig back down a little bit. I've got a few things. I've been using these old vintage colored wood from this new Pink Fresh Ordinary Joys, and I want to use, I think, a couple of the leaves or something from this set, but we'll see. And I know I want this because it's like the same kind of rich summer green. So I want to cut out, it's nice that you get two. This is another Art and Creative, in this case, a rub-on set. So let's go ahead and start with that. I'm just going to cut this out of the sheet. And yeah, I think my videos, like if there's any technique you see me do again and again besides stamping and some stenciling, it's using rub-ons. But I thought that would look just kind of cool. And then it brings the greens into a visual triangle. So, and then we'll see about the tags once I get this down. I like this tool. I've got a bunch of these because they've come in rub-on sets, and I'm not sure if there's a particular brand that includes these. I like them better than the popsicle stick because they have this sort of pointy edge, and they just seem to work better for me anyway. So I want to give that a good rub, and then you can always just see if it's ready to be pulled up, and if anything's not coming off, you can go back and do a little bit more rubbing. This one seems to be transferring pretty cleanly. There we go. Oh, so cool. I like it. I want to just do a quick check on what we're going to do with these. And I'm not sure that those other embellishments are really going to work, so I'll keep that. And also, I could just use one up here and one along the side. My layouts are always like super busy. I'm always trying to cram a million things in. I'm sure I could take some things off. I do like the idea of 3 tags though. Let's see how these leaves, I like this yellow color even though it's summer. And I do want to save some of these leaves for fall scrapbooking, but I wanted to kind of pick up on the yellow of that. So I think I will pop one of these right in this little space right here. I know it's kind of odd to put that in before I even do the adhering of the paper, but yeah, I think I'm not really going to make this a flip up, but I might make it so that it's not completely adhered and this sort of tucks under. It's a little bit of a layered effect. And similar to how I'm just kind of folding up the bottom of my torn paper down here. Okay, I can kind of look at that in this. Yeah, I definitely don't want 2 things up there anymore, but I don't want it to be blank either. So I think we're going to go with the butterflies. Okay, let's go ahead and start taping things down. I know that little tag on the top, I could use a stapler, so I might end up doing that, so it's not exactly adhered to the photo. I don't have my stapler right here, but can do that later. Okay, so we get that adhered. Let's go ahead and start by just putting this photo on this scrap of ledger nature paper. And then I can adhere this whole thing. You can see the backside and all the cool handwriting and ledger numbers on it. This is just a rolling adhesive, a dot adhesive. There we go. And then the last thing is to get this photo on here. And I want to adhere it so it's a little bit off center and you can see this full image of the fern. I'm kind of an off center person anyway, more than a centered. So, and I want it up kind of high so that we put the tag in there. And again, that can go up a bit. I feel like I've got some accidental adhesive. The nice thing about dot rollers is it's really easy to roll off anything you get on that you don't want. Okay, yeah, I like that. I'm not going to adhere this, so I'm going to staple it on in a minute, but let's adhere this block. And put it way up at the top. So there's just a little bit of overlap in the quadrants. And let's go ahead, and I might end up stapling that too, but for right now, I'm gonna put a little adhesive on it. Just stick it in place. I might also do a little bit of texture stamping up here later. What I had as an idea was to put, I don't really want to cover that up. I'm going to put that other one, where'd it go? I got to put it there so I remember. What I had as an idea was to do this. So I still might layer this over here somehow. Sort of want all three of those. And let's go ahead and put that on there and see what we think. Yeah, that's a cute little touch. So I think that'll just go down there. And again, we might put a little staple in it, but for now, let's put some adhesive down, get it in place. I want the pink of the flower to show, but the whole flower doesn't have to show. Okay, there we have it. As I said, I might, knowing me, do a little bit of texture stamping, maybe a couple little sequins, not too much because it's already a very busy page, but there is my nature spread, and it's so midsummer. I also just used some small letter stamps to stamp midsummer, and this down here is a rub-on from the same collection as this. So I just did that before to kind of get an idea of what it would look like on the journaling block. But there you have it, mostly greens and tans and a kind of midsummer vibe. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to hop along to the other videos and enjoy all their nature ideas. I'm looking forward to it too. And if you leave comments on all of them, you get a chance, as always, to win store credit from A Cherry on Top. Thanks so much. Bye.